I'm great. I love that we both have like collections of things we enjoy behind us.
Have to show personality. Come on, I can't hide the personality. But
Same.
behind you, that looks like my wife's closet. So, but with more shoes, lots of shoes.
He sounds fun. Where's she? You want to come on the call?
Yeah, everybody has their things, right? And that's what makes us different. But it's so good to be talking to you today.
As it is
Sorry
always.
for the unfortunate circumstances, but you were able to watch everything back. How are you feeling today?
I feel great. I feel really grateful. This is such a cool experience, and I am one in a vanishingly small number of people who can say that they've played Survivor. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm just a fan. I just love this damn show.
Well, that's what I always say. Like out of all those people who applied, you got to play.
I was
So it would be nice to win the game, but to even be out there is like a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, of course. And like I'm competitive. I'm somebody who's winning at a lot of the things I do in life. Like take me down a notch. Humble me a little bit. It's nice. It's refreshing. It's cool. And so much of it is luck. So much of life is luck. And it's such a gift to get to play, even if it doesn't go the way you wanted it to.
Now, why do you think? I mean, it seemed to be that you and Mary were at the bottom of that social totem pole. Why do you think they chose to take you out over Mary?
Oh, I was gonna say, why do you think we were at the bottom? And it's because our looks were so fierce. We looked out there.
Well,
Oh,
that goes without saying. I mean,
oh, why did they? I mean, Mary and Kev. Kev's the swing vote, right? Kev
right,
is sort of making the calls here, super strategic. So I work in tech, so does Kev, and
right,
um, we like we would be natural partners at the office because he's a finance guy and I'm a product person, so we would be like
right,
the duo. Um, but he had a really tight bond with Mary, and he's making that call, right? And then
right.
they kind of throw me under the bus on the puzzle. They're like, she messed up the puzzle. Let's get her out of here. And it's a good cover for Kevin to keep his closer strategic partner in Mary, who he, I think, just had a really tight bond with kind of from the jump.
Yeah. Now we saw how tribal council played out, and Cy really came out scratching and clawing. Did we get to see all of that? And what was your reaction to that? Because it seemed again kind of very aggressive for a first tribal.
Yeah, say it like my reaction to it
Right.
is data. This is information that is helping me play my game and helping me make a decision that is the next best strategic decision to make.
Right.
And so like people can talk however they want to talk. That is their gameplay. Everybody is playing a different game, and people can have a more assertive style, or they can have a more laid back style, or they can have a sneaky style. That's why the show's fun. That's why we like to watch it. Um, I am just sitting there being like, okay, I'm playing my shot. Like there's no reason for me not to. That is my best move in this scenario. My other best move is to throw Kevin under the bus, which is what I do. I'm like, well, no one's saying Kevin's name. Which you guys don't see. It doesn't get played, but I'm like, there are people here. I've heard every single person's name. And that was true. I'd heard Mary's name,
Right.
Steve's name, Sad's name, Justin's name. The
Wow.
only name I hadn't heard was Kevin. And it dawns on you, but it's all happening so fast. I was like, is Kevin running the game? Like, is our golden retriever actually a German shepherd? Like, we gotta maybe Kev is the one to watch here because his name isn't getting thrown out. And so I'm sitting there like I don't care how people want to talk during tribal. Like that is the game.
Right.
I'm looking for what information does it give me and how does it influence what I want to do? Because everybody else can do whatever they want, but I need to make the right decision for me.
Now, you took a lot of blame for the puzzle, but in reality, if you look at the structure of your tribe, your tribe wasn't made for that challenge. I mean, and I'm not sure why anybody didn't talk about that.
Well, there's a lot of footage y'all don't see. We do talk. I mean, Kevin makes the little reference in his match chat about how we thought we were playing David and Goliath again. You look at the two other
Right.
tribes. You're sitting at Ponderosa before the game starts, and you're like, there's a lot of beefy men here. Surely they're giving me one of them. I can't be the muscle on the tribe. Like, it's me. I'm not the muscle. I got little chicken cutlet arms, right? Um, yeah, we were super disadvantaged on that challenge. We got to the puzzle last. I was so proud of how much time we do make up.
Yeah.
I think we make a lot of headway. Kevin was really injured. His arm was like fully dislocated in the first challenge, which you guys don't see. They had to cut it for time. But his arm is fully dislocated. It gets put back in its socket by medical. And so he and I are doing this giant puzzle with these heavy ass pieces, and we've only got three hands, like we're not disadvantaged kind of from the start, but we were two of the only people who wanted to do the puzzle. Folks didn't volunteer.
Right.
Uh, they didn't want to. And so I said, oh, I can do a puzzle. Am I like great at
Right.
puzzles? No, but like someone has to. We have to
Right.
put two people on the puzzle. So there's going to have to be two people doing it. And Kev is a really confident puzzle doer. But I think honestly, like we were really close and we made up so much time. A little bit of difference in our ability to physically do it might have made all the difference in our success.
Now, I've talked to people in the past about this because starting with three tribes and so few people kind of jump starts the game immediately. How did you feel? Did you feel that pressure when you stepped on the island and you saw what the layout of the game was going to be?
Yeah, I mean, three tribes. Look, one of my hot takes, I have so many hot takes, but one of my hot takes is that I think two tribes makes the merge more interesting. I think
All right.
three tribes, there's only so many dynamics. One tribe either comes in with a majority with two smaller tribes, or it's big, medium, little, or it's two big tribes and one tiny tribe. Like there's not that many versions of that you can get, but
Right.
two tribes there's alliances within those tribes, whereas three, the numbers just don't shake out that way. So like one, I'm a two tribe apologist. I think two tribe formats advantage folks who don't have really obvious advantages at the start. But like it is hard to play on a tribe that you think is going to go to tribal over and over and over
Right.
again if you don't lock in and have a group of people you can super trust. And that's probably a misstep on me, was not locking in with folks, but
Yeah.
I felt like you build a relationship and then you lock in
Yeah.
versus you lock in immediately and then you're like, well, I'll see if I like you later.
Yeah.
Like
I think the trust factor is more important.
I do too, but you don't know what's going to build trust with people. Some
Right.
people that does build trust with them. You just saying, I'm working with you regardless. I don't
Right.
care if I like you or not. And that actually it is a way to build trust with folks. It was something I never even considered. So like bad on me. Like
Now you got, watching last night, you got to see everything that was going on at your tribe that you was behind your back that you didn't get to see. What surprised you the most about what was going on?
Oh, I mean, I didn't know they had an idol. Like that is the key piece of information that had I known it,
Right.
probably would have changed my recommendation to Kevin and Mary, who were the people I was working closest with.
Right.
Might have changed my willingness to play my shot in the dark. I might have actually pushed to vote and to split a vote in that situation, because then you go 3-3, right? You say,
Right.
hey, we're gonna flush this idol. And if I go out in the attempt to flush an idol, honestly, I was probably going home anyways.
Right.
But this gives us a chance to flush an idol
Mhm.
and to push people to either she plays it and I go,
Yeah.
or we go to a second vote, at which point you say, guys, are we not taking out the person with an idol? Like, let's go look for it tomorrow. But like, why
Yeah.
are you going to rocks for somebody that you've only spent 3 days with? And I feel
Yeah.
like we could have pushed that a little harder in that scenario, but it's information you don't know. You are always operating in absence of data. It
Right.
does clarify, though, why it was so hard for me to make inroads with so many people. Like they were done. They were locked in. They were like, "We have an idol. Why would I work with Stephanie? We've got an idol. I'm locked in over here." And I think that's totally reasonable. That's a reasonable take.
Right. Now, ask this of all the survivors I've ever spoken to, because again, like you were saying, we only get to see so much of your journey on the show. Is there anything that about your journey, whether it was a moment with somebody, a strategic play, is there anything that you wish viewers got to see about your journey?
Okay, I'm gonna give two answers. So one, if you have not Googled Thomas Crottinger's like gay monologue from the Mat Chats, I suggest Googling it. It's on the internet now. It was awesome. And like Survivor is so gay, and that's one of the things that I love about the community. And so I want you to hear that. But like, let's make this about me. Uh, uh, I, you know, I went out and played. I got the call back from Survivor a week after my mom went into the hospital. I
Right.
My mom passed away 7 weeks before we went out and played.
Oh man.
There was I could have been on 47. I could like there was a lot of sort of churn leading up to the moment that I got out there. I found out I got cast a week before my mom passed away. And so I just like that is part of the story of me going out there. I will never not be just like extremely grateful for the hope and excitement and the ways in which it like brought my family together and made them root for something in the face of, something really terrible going on. And it's a gift to give your family something to be excited about in the face of stuff that is just genuinely
I have to
terrible.
say, like under those circumstances, I mean, it must have been really hard to put your head in the game because obviously family is far more important than a reality show or anything of that nature. How did you mitigate that? Because that's a big shadow to go into the game under.
My mom was going to be pissed if I didn't go out there and work my ass off. Are you kidding? She was so proud of me. Like
uh,
my mom, all she ever wanted for me was to live a big, beautiful, rich
right.
life. Like that's all you ever want for your kids. And
Yeah.
like to
As a
go
dad, I agree.
to get a chance to follow your dreams. And so like no, like it was actually really easy to get my head in the game
Uh,
because like one, it's a really incredible distraction.
yeah.
And two, like I had such a good reason to be there and I had something that was so grounding for me. And it's grounded me since. Like I've experienced actually really terrible things happening. And so losing a reality TV game show
Comparison.
like doesn't rise even to the number one thing that went wrong for me in 2024.
Right. Well, Stephanie, I want to say thank you so much for being so open. It was a wonderful chat. It was great watching you on the show. And unlike some other people, you actually made your mark on the show. And I think that's a lot to be proud of. So, all the best to you in the future and looking forward to seeing you on the finale.
Awesome. Sitting on my hands and still somehow makes the mark. Can't help myself. It's been a pleasure, John. I'll see you later.
Yeah, take care. Have a great day.
Bye.